We live in an era of nostalgia cultivation, and even though it technically wasn't my first console, the Sega Genesis planted several seeds of nostalgia in my brain that would begin to sprout over the next couple of decades. While a bit of it has been tapped with modern iterations of Streets of Rage, Sonic, and Road Rash, the desire to play a new game in the seemingly forgotten Strike series hasn't quite been satisfied up to this point. However, the time has finally come to harvest this fully ripened crop of nostalgia, and all it took was a few hours with Cleared Hot. Diving into the role of a military helicopter pilot on an average mission to blow up some generic bad guys and their stuff ultimately turns into a rescue mission for a fellow pilot shot down nearby. Going against your orders, you scoot on over there and subsequently join your compatriot at the pile of wreckage party on the ground. But instead of being dead like you imagine, you wake up a presumably discharged under not great circumstances survivor living in a trailer in the desert, having just bought a brand new used little helicopter. Of course, being a disgraced desert trailer guy, you don't have the money for such a thing, and you're forced to do some odd jobs moving things around and capturing wayward chickens with your incredibly accurate winch, as one often does with a helicopter. Yet this peaceful work is short-lived as desert bandits come after your employer and you've got to fight them off with nothing but that incredibly accurate winch, using it in as many creative ways as you can possibly imagine. However, a new mysterious benefactor soon offers you some real firepower and you turn that little whirly bird into a dirty bird, ripping through dozens of pixelated pieces of shit with newly acquired Gatling guns and rockets. This begins your new life as a glorified mercenary fighting against some extremely well-armed forces that have taken root in Texas, as they seem to do from time to time. You'll head out on a series of missions given to you by a few static cell phone faces that will involve using all of your helicopter powers in conjunction to complete the objectives. These will range from the familiar blowing things up and rescuing hostages with your winch that you'd expect from a game trying to evoke your Strike series fantasies, but will also challenge you with escort missions that will have you scooping up your ward when necessary or clearing a path with your high-powered hooking. In fact, physics are always part of the experience as you struggle under the pull of heavy weights, swing objects around like a lasso, and desperately try to dodge incoming death sweeps from jets against the momentum of your helicopter. You can even snatch up incoming missiles and potentially toss them back at your enemy if you're cool with failing most of the time and dying horribly. However, even if you do fail, that creates a chance to choose a different path of destruction across the map, or find a better way to pick up health, ammo, and all of the giant crates of money people left sitting around for you. Or take some of that hard-earned ground money and combine it with your mission payouts to buy new weapons, missiles, or entirely new helicopters from this aviation assault collection, each of which has strengths and weaknesses that best fit certain mission objectives like more speed, agility, weapon hardpoints, and people capacity measured in the precision of these random bars. But whichever one you choose, you'll always be able to rain down concentrated hellfire on the tanks, turrets, and tiny little people that think they'll be the chosen one to take down that high-flying hero of the skies. Cleared Hot, the domestic desert massacre that brings back fond memories of the simple digital war crimes of my childhood. In a lot of ways, this game does feel like a modern iteration of the Strike series. It captures the same sort of tactical feel of bouncing between your map and the gameplay, trying to find the best route to accomplish mission objectives and engaging enemies in the most opportunistic way given your limited isometric view. And while it omits the somewhat annoying fuel element of that series, it still has you maintaining missile and rocket ammo stores as well as your health and number of passengers you can carry to safety. It also adds to the experience by offering a much more fluid flight system with the benefit of twin sticks or a mouse and keyboard, and the dynamic benefits and challenges that physics and momentum can bring to the table. The only part where it falls short of that classic Strike experience is that most of the missions lack the sort of open world multi-objective design that made the player plan their moves carefully, though I don't think I'd ever miss those invisible timers that could fail a mission without warning. It's also fun that it offers such a wide variety of cool helicopters that can be customized to your liking essentially from the very start, but the system feels like it could have been a lot more rewarding. I get that the idea is to allow you to play how you want, but you don't really get enough money in a playthrough to buy more than one or two without replaying several missions. And I think it would have been more fun if they offered maybe 3 initial helicopters to purchase and customize with your money, and had more niche types that required certain achievements or special mission objectives to unlock. That would give players an entertaining reason to replay missions in different or more challenging ways rather than just to farm cash doing the same thing every time. Yet, given that this is an early access title, changes like this are options that the developer might take on their journey to release. And even though it currently only takes a few hours to play through the dozen available missions, this roadmap, as well as the ending of the game, show a path into future content that is following the beautiful Strike trajectory of desert, jungle, and urban. Let's just hope they don't include those terrible on-foot missions from Urban Strike. Or if they do, they make them less terrible. But what is available is already worth the moderate price and easily earns the abbreviated score of good. But if you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about other video games, like this video, offer a friendly airborne wench to mega supporter Adam Mudkey, and check out more Abbreviated Reviews.